Good evening, everybody. Welcome to One Hub Racing here for the first round of the Precision Tier here for the Australian Grand Prix. And welcome to the grid walk. Luckily, I've got three people in here with me. It went a lot better than last week, as you may have already been able to tell. I've got Ian, I've got Cam, and I've got Lukey here. And I shall talk to Ian first since he was the first one to come here. Feels like it makes sense. So, yeah, hello Ian. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm alright, thanks.
So, how's practice been going? Do you think you're going to do well at this track? Is it a track that suits you?
I'm not sure. I haven't done too much practice on here. Just hoping to get into the points. Coming from Podium Tier, I don't think I'm expecting too much this season, so I'm just here to have fun and hopefully snag a good result or two.
I was asking this to a few of the drivers last week because it played quite a part, didn't it? Australia can be one of those tracks where you can get changeable conditions. Have you sort of practiced for both of those conditions, wet and dry? And if so, which one do you think you'd prefer tonight?
Yeah. I've practiced a bit in intermediate conditions, and pace was okay, I guess, but definitely preferred in the dry. It's much grippier, and honestly, I don't think I could drive too well in the wets here. It doesn't really suit my driving style, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, Whiteout said last week that he loved the wet and it didn't go too well for him. So maybe you'll find your fortunes go well if it does rain, of course. And just one more, because like I say, I'll keep it on. I'm not going to be Odems. But where do you reckon you'd be in the pecking order this season? Because it's a weird one. We had a full season this time rather than a short season last time. A lot longer to get into rhythm. Do you reckon you'll be able to maybe build as you head on, obviously being promoted?
Yeah, hopefully improving throughout the season, developing as a driver, and for podiums and wins possibly come the end of the season.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for joining me in the commentary box. Good luck tonight, and hope it all goes well.
Yeah, good luck Cam, good luck Luke. See you in the race.
Alright then, so next up we've got Cam, who's joining me, and I was just talking to you before, as I say, we have some history on this track, don't we? Do you think you'll be strong here as you were against me in ILR?
I honestly don't know. I'm not really fond of this track. I've never really been fond of this track, so I guess we'll have to wait and see.
It's a weird thing, isn't it, this track? It always seems one that drivers will struggle at, although it does feel that even though people will struggle, eventually you'll get into your rhythm and it works out for you. But just based on quali pace, do you reckon you'll be able to fight for top half today?
So I'm hoping.
Fair enough. Well, obviously I asked this to Ian as well. Interesting to see, do you prefer wet or dry as well here? Because once again, in our race, you seem pretty good in the wet.
Most of the time I prefer wet, although it depends on the track.
Well, you did well in Belgium, didn't you, in the pre-season race? You sort of schooled everyone, didn't you? So maybe wet.
No, I just made some setup changes that turned out to be the right ones. At least until it dried out then.
Well, fair enough. Just one more thing, as I say, asked that to Ian as well. Do you reckon you'll be fighting for podiums this season? Do you reckon throughout the season you'll get better and better?
Excuse me. I'd hope to be fighting for podiums. Top 5 around there is usually where I aim for whenever I come into a new season. So it's all I can hope for. I don't know until I know the pace of everyone else. But anyway.
Well, certainly based on last week, I'm sort of expecting good things from you. But anyway, good luck tonight. Hope you enjoy yourself, and good luck at that fast chicane. I imagine we might see a lot of people on that wall tonight.
Thank you very much.
Right, cheers. And so that leaves just one more. Then we've got Lukey in here as well. Nice to see you. What are you feeling about tonight then?
I'm confident. I'm excited. First race of the season, just can't wait to get started.
I've noticed a lot on this game that the cars actually have a lot of differences in them. You're in that Ferrari. I've noticed that one could be quite decent on the traction. Do you think that might help you tonight? Because it does seem like it's a good car, in my own opinion anyway, compared to others.
There's a lot of slow corners here, so traction out the corners could be very vital to get close to the car in front for the straights, to try and have an opportunity to overtake. So it could be very important, including not putting into a wall.
Well, yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? And
Yeah.
speaking about overtaking, you've got 3 DRS zones here. Although they don't often get used, do you reckon you'll be able to use those to your advantage, or is it going to be more capitalise on people's mistakes tonight?
The DRS zones aren't very long, so you can't really take full advantage. I reckon the only way you're going to get past one tonight is going to be if you really up the gearbox. So I reckon mistakes are going to be very important to not do, otherwise you are going to lose a lot of positions.
Have you had any thoughts on the strategy? Because this is the track where, personally, I've been sort of going back and forth. Is it going to be soft to hard, soft to medium? You know, what are you thinking with the strategy tonight?
It's definitely a one-stop. If you go mediums, you're probably doing a two-stop. Unless you can stretch the softs out in the first stint. But it's probably looking more like a soft to hard than anything.
Okay, and one more thing, once again. Do you think you'd enjoy rain if we got a bit of a sprinkle during the race?
I'm not the biggest fan of rain, as I'm not overly confident in it. I haven't done any practice because I've not really had time to do any wet practice. So I'm hoping it stays completely dry, but knowing Australia, the weather can change in an instant, so I'm hoping that it doesn't.
Okay, well, thanks for coming into the commentary box, and good luck tonight then.
Cheers, thanks for having me. Bye.
No problem. See you. Alrighty, so I'm doing a great job for myself here. I've got 3 interviews in. Oh my god. Hope Nick's proud of me. Right then. And, see, I've done this so early that we've actually got 4 minutes until the race starts. But what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to get the field up for you here, just so you all know who we're racing with tonight. I'm here full time this season for the commentary, so it would be a good idea to sort of get familiar with these guys. We haven't got everyone in the lobby right now, so I'm going to quickly find the grid for you. As I said, it's a 21 race season, of course. We had only 8 races last time out, and so it did make it a bit, you know, sort of all over the show with the races. Me personally, anyway, I sort of crashed out of 4 of them and finished 4, so it's good. Maybe these guys will actually get into a proper rhythm, because that would really help them, I reckon. But yeah, like I say, it's taking a while to get this grid up, but I promise when I do, I shall show you all about it and take you through our grid. I must say, the graphics we've got, by the way, this season, I don't know if you've seen them, they're brilliant. And of course, another thing that's brilliant is Next Level Racing, our sponsors for the season. They're going to be giving away plenty of stuff to our championship winners this season. So you're not only going to get a little shiny trophy, you're going to get a good bit of gear from Next Level Racing. So very big thanks to them for sponsoring us, of course. It's always good to have people on our side, helping us out. And of course, it's great for the drivers who win championships. Anyway, it's taken a lot longer than I thought to get the grids, but here we go, finally. Precision tier grid. So let me just take you through it. The teams have been ordered in a very interesting way, I must say. So for Red Bull, we've got White Fountain and Scorpion. Actually, I know a few of these guys. I know White Fountain can be rather quick, and Scorpion, I see him everywhere. He seems rather decent as well. Spaniard and Lawrence are going to be in the Rich Energy Haas F1 team. It is still also, we were just talking to him earlier. If you didn't see the pre-season race last week, he did skull the field, honestly. I think he was being a bit modest there, quite frankly. He is really good on this game, I think, from what we've seen so far. And his teammate is Josh, as you can see. Lukey, we were talking to him as well. He's in the Ferrari alongside Quace. I think that's how you're saying his name. It's a difficult one again. Renault, we've got TB and TK. I'm not going to try and say their names fully, because they've just got loads of numbers on them. We haven't actually got TK in here yet, but in the Alfa Romeos we've got Simon and Jor. Now Jor had a bit of a difficult race last time, if I can remember correctly. He loved the top of Radion quite a lot, I believe. And next up, Mercedes, we've got Jorit and Vinto. McLaren, we've got Adrio and Jay. Williams, we've got Bottle and Ace Monkey. And then in the Racing Point team, we've got Sophie and Ian, who we were talking to. I noticed that Sophie last week had a pretty decent run at it, actually, in Belgium. She had issues, I think, at the start, but was able to come through the field quite well. She seems rather decent in the wet conditions as well. So it'll be very interesting to see how these guys all do tonight. Currently, we've got 16 people in. Hopefully, we'll get the rest in. And like I say, I've already done my interviews. I mean, I'm proud of myself right now. But like I say, we've got the 3 people who wanted to be in here. I don't think there's any real point in trying to get any more. We're only 2 minutes away from the start, at least, anyway. But yeah, like I say, this is it. Ready for the start of the season. Sponsored by Next Level Racing. Once again, thank you very much. If there's anyone in the chat, maybe get some predictions. Who do you reckon are going to win this one tonight? Because it'd be good to see pretty much any of these guys win. I think they all sort of have the good potential for it. We saw plenty of it last week. We saw, I think we saw proper heavy rain, but with intermediates. And so that made it a bit difficult last week. So maybe it wasn't the best conditions, and then it went to dry at the end. It was a bit all over the show. But, yeah. Let me know who you think will win this one. Maybe a bit of a calmer race would be nice, wouldn't it? But we've got Simon there in the chat. He says, hope it's a good race, and wish me luck with the commentary. Thanks, mate. Good to see the support there. Loving it. You in the lobby yet? No, you just get in the lobby. I don't know if you're racing or not, but if you are, good luck. We got 11 of you in the stream anyway, so thanks everyone for showing up. This is round 1, remember, the season. Once again, it's a full championship we're going to be doing this time around, not 8 like the previous season, because that, yeah, could have been thought of better. But anyway, by the way, if anyone's interested, I'm going to be racing in Prestige here tonight. I'm very much looking forward to that one. That'll be coming up at 9:30. Obviously, we've got Pinnacle in between that at 8:30. So we've got all 4 tiers, as we always do, racing on the same night. It's quite cool, that. So, yeah, hopefully we get 4 good races. From what I've heard from the race going on right now, the Podium Tier, we have a safety car, or at least we did have a safety car. So it proves that they exist, and that's a good thing, because it means we may see one tonight. Anyway, it's now past. And we'll be hoping to get this thing started in a minute. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Because like I say, looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. I'm actually for once hoping for a dry race. Normally I'd love to see a wet race, but we saw it last week in Belgium for the pre-season race, and while it was really good, best race we had probably the whole pre-season, it didn't really show off much of the driver skill apart from Cam in the wet. So yeah, like a few people are downloading the update. It takes a very long time to copy. That might be why we're sort of waiting a while. And I got TTV Hyperboy there, who's saying you'll support me in Prestige. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice to see the support. Last week I had a pretty bad time in pre-season because Keane thought it'd be a great idea to spin into me and break my front wing, so we ended up messing away a bit at the back. Had a great save as well, had a great sideways moment, it was good fun. And one thing I did learn last week, never say you're good in the wet conditions apparently, I guess. I think the guys who were saying the men will be good in the wet, maybe they were smart to say that, because White Fountain said he'd be great in the wet, and then it all went really badly wrong for him. Oh dear. If anyone hasn't seen that pre-season race, the Precision one, I honestly would say watch it, it is very good. It's one of the most chaotic races. So after all tonight's racing, when you're sitting up late at night at like 11 o'clock thinking, man, that was a good race, that Prestige race and all the other races, but I think I might need a bit more One Hub. Seriously, watch that pre-season race for Precision, it was mad. We got Mr. McMahon in there, welcome. You seem to be following me everywhere, you're very good at keeping up with my streams now, it's interesting. I'm liking your commitment to the cause. And yeah, good stuff. Right, I should probably retweet actually if One Hub have said we're live or not, because I might not have said it. No, I did. They did say it, I just haven't retweeted it yet. Oopsies. Yeah, I like that. Riding solo, he says. Apparently it's actually quite rare to go solo in this league, because I was meant to go with Odems. So apparently this is actually quite an achievement, me going solo. Luckily, solo is kind of my style, so I should be hopefully able to do well enough with it. It's just, this is the thing now. We got all our interviews done so quickly. The grid walk, you know, we don't have any pointless celebrities to chat to, like Martin Brundle does. Have you ever noticed Martin Brundle? He doesn't talk to any F1 drivers on the grid walk anymore. He just talks to celebrities. We don't have this luxury, you know. We have to sit here. We got our interviews done. We earned our paycheck, and now we're just sitting there waiting for a delayed start, because I think there's still stuff going on with the updates. Tom is asking if Odems is here. Nope, he dropped out last minute, unfortunately. So Sadly, I'm going solo. I know that breaks your heart, Tom, but going solo. CPI Lewis, Mr. Fraud's teammate. We're both racing in the Prestige here tonight, and you could arguably argue we shouldn't be there. But oh well. I mean, I'm not complaining. So me and Lewis will be doing that Prestige race later on. Honestly, do have a look at how we do, because I think there are a few people who are writing us off. I think we have a decent chance. So we've got everyone in the grid now. Simon actually just has to pick his car, and we should be ready to go, which is great. Tom, wishing me luck for later. Cheers, man. Thanks. God bless. And yeah, should just be getting ready to go now. Scorpion has readied up. Hopefully nobody else readied up. There is a penalty if you ready up before the lobby host. A rule that Darkbolt seemed to forget pretty much every week last season in the Pinnacle Tier. But I can't really moan about him, because I'm pretty sure he's the reason I actually have a seat. Oh wait, no, sorry, no, it's Rafa. Rafa's the one that left to give me the seat in Prestige. So I can't bully Darkbolt. Then again, I think he left as well. I don't know. Anyway, it's go time. So, hopefully we don't get much rain. As I say, I actually want to see these guys probably have a go at it in the dry, see what they can do. Now, one thing we've also been told to do is to skip the F1 logo, because apparently streams are actually getting copyright strikes for this all over the world, because apparently whoever it is copyrighting these things are complete idiots. So we're going to have to just hop over that little hurdle, spam the button, just make sure we don't see that F1 logo, despite the fact it's plastered everywhere. It's a weird copyright system, I must say. But come on. We got waiting on Josh and Spaniard, and now we're waiting on no one. Now it's just spazzing out. I always take this long for people to choose their tires. I never really notice. But no F1 logo. Oh no. Right, it looks pretty dry here. Although it does look dull, but it's dry. I hate the announcer here. The announcer is so irritating. Odem says he wishes he can commentate. What's his issue anyway? Why is Odem's not gonna be here? Flip heck. Come on. You're disappointing everyone here. Anyway, as Lukey was saying earlier, it should be a one-stop, this one. Now, I tried to make the point millions of times, because, you know, I was flexing a bit. You can do a strategy medium to soft or soft to medium. It is possible. It's very difficult, but it is possible, and you can somehow keep good speed with it. I find is that Jay either forgets that turn one is a right-hander, or doesn't want to be first in the queue. We're going on Italy mode already. Hopefully no one smashes him into him, because that would be really awkward. Look, what is he doing that for, actually? I don't really know. I mean, I can try and make excuses for him, but I don't really know what he's up to, so I'm just going to ignore him. And we will watch Scorpion. I shall ask for weather, by the way. Let me just see what people can tell me. There's a few people still in the pits, so yeah, let's see what the weather is for the race. So Scorpion first out of the pits, so we will watch him on his lap, as long as he doesn't, not stay top of the people. I think he's the first out. Anyway, I don't see anyone ahead of him. And if anyone is ahead of him, they have to be cutting some corners. Oh, it's snowing apparently for the race. Cheers, Bottle. That's really useful information. So let's ride on board for a lap around Albert Park. Scorpion hitting the apex as a turn 1 now. You can cut it a bit more fine instead, but I guess he's trying just to make sure he has a lap to put on the board as a banker at this point. He is on the sauce. I assume everyone will be doing 4 runs on the sauce if they can. But I will see. Like I said, I think this first lap's going to be all about just keeping it on the track, not messing about here. 27.1 for the first sector. So he's doing everything right here. He's keeping it all within the track limits, just making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. The chicanes will probably be a lot quicker by the guys when they do their proper flyers. Although he has cut there a bit. Will he get in trouble for it? Will the game give a penalty for it? We'll wait and see. A bit harsh if it did. But yeah, this turn 11-12 section, this is going to be the most difficult part on the racetrack because it's just so easy to spin off. I did it in ILR, it's very embarrassing. From the lead as well, extremely embarrassing. Trust me, you don't want to do it there. Especially if you are a leader, because it can cause a pile-up. But, anyway, in qualifying, I guess, you'll start last, but, it's not as bad. But to the line, here comes Scorpion to finish his first try. Is he going to derate? No. Well, he did a little bit. It's a 22, so it wasn't going to be a very quick lap anyway. Let's watch Lawrence. You might get a good system here as Ian goes top. Lawrence goes top himself, and then TB behind also goes top. We're all setting laps early and quickly. As White Fountain goes fastest by 17/1000ths of a second. And sorry, I'm back in 1 quick second. Sorry. Sorry, hello, I haven't disappeared. Haven't been able to get this weather forecast and all I know is that it's not... Well, I know it's snowing, but I don't think snow's very likely. Could you imagine that there was snowy F1 race? I don't think we've ever seen snow fall during F1, have we? Anyway, we're seeing a lot of yellow flags. That's probably just for slower cars, you know, finding some space, etc. Nothing too damning. As Bottle retires, maybe he's off to put some chains into his Pirellis. Maybe it is a snowy race. We got yellow flags there in the background. Who's that went off the track? Is that Bottle's car? Maybe he sat there. Could have been. I was super looking down the chat to say we were going to see an actual weather forecast, but oh well. We'll watch Vito as he heads round again. It's still currently P1 for White Fountain. And look how much slower these guys are taking it at the moment. And it is going to be all dry for the race. So yeah, check their YouTube chat. The YouTube chat's all lovely and reliable. I've got Larkin in there. Hello. We've got LD Gaming in there too. We've got Simon, of course, in there. Right, here comes Vincent to the line. He was pretty good in Belgium last week. He had a few issues, but seemed to have a decent pace. But he goes P9 here. Look at that, just under 0.6 of a second, separating the top 9 at the moment. That's what you want to see, isn't it? Nice and close up at the top there. Now, Jay has discovered what a right-hander is. I don't know if I called it a left-hander earlier. But yeah, he's finally discovered that his car can turn right, and he's taking the track properly. But he is still P20. Let's see if he can improve on that. 48.7 milliseconds. Don't know if that's any good or not. I guess we'll find out when he crosses the line later on. But into the DRS zone. The second of 3 on this track. Last on the course on the exit of the final corner. As his teammate Adriano Doc retires. Unfortunately. Oh, that's wide for Jay. Lucky to not spin it, but it may have been invalidated. Another little slide at the rear end. Looks like he's lost his tyres in the end here. It's maybe overheating a tad as Jay to the line goes P11. Alright, Lawrence on an out lap, TB on an out lap. Anybody else on an out lap who's closer? Sophie's just left the pits. Jor is... yeah, it's going to be probably Lawrence. He's going to be first across the line to do his next run. For Australia, these guys are going to be pretty fast-paced, I would have thought, to get these runs done. So, yeah, because they'll be wanting to try and get forward on, or at the very least do 3. But here comes Lawrence to start the lap again. Let's ride outside, I think, actually, rather than just on board, and get a bit of more of an interesting view of it. As we watch from the outside, we'll see all the cars you might have to pass as well on the way. He's currently just over a 10th off pole position right now, but you know, not even half a 10th away from gaining a position, so he doesn't have to gain by too much. It's all about keeping it nice and sweet and consistent throughout the lap and not making any mistakes, and he should climb up that leaderboard a little bit. Yellow's in sector 1 again. But yeah, Lawrence up by that half a 10th already. He keeps doing that type of improvement for every sector. He will go P1. Not by much, but he will go P1. It doesn't need to be by much by the looks of it here. It's just so tight up there. But I want to ride on board for the fast left right though, because this could be quite fun watching him through here today. Lawrence heads through, up still, has to find another 3/100ths of a second and try not to lose it through there and try not to cut too much. He might have got away with that, we'll wait and find out. But into the final sector now. It's crunch time, let's see if he can go to the top. Jor is just retired from P13, that hasn't gone too well for him, that might be in the 3rd sector at that left right. But in the final 2 corners, the rear end could be really sliding at this point, but it looks like Lawrence is keeping it nicely under control. A bit wide though, hits the wall. Will this lap be valid? Let's find out. Doesn't matter. So it went a bit wrong there in the last section of the lap, and it's gone wrong for TB as well. Alright, Sophie, is she up on this 1st sector? We don't know, but we'll see her come through the 2nd sector in a moment. Yellow's in sector 3 once again. That could be for another car spinning off. We'll wait and see, but Sophie up by over 3/10. This is on for P1. Let's see if she can get the final sector correct this time. In the racing point, 21 people here. Hello, nice to see you. I'm riding solo, as Nick says. So, whip-de-doo. No Odems, he's left me, and no Sean, because he hasn't got a PS4 yet. Anyway, Sophie around the final corner, currently P7, ahead of her teammate, but looking to go P1. She's on for it. The 1st and 2nd sectors have been to go by, and she does it by over a 10th of a second in that racing point. P1. She's right up, not by enough to go P1, enough to go P2 though, unless he can gain a lot more in the last sector. Let's see if he can do so. This is a really difficult section actually, it's quite deceiving. It looks rather simple, but when you get there it's just so goddamn difficult. It's a weird one, but into the... oh, he's gonna spin! That's what I'm saying, the traction could be going. This is where the rear tyres really like to overheat on you. And the worst thing about that is, it's happened at the final quarter. He can't even abandon the lap and pit. He's having to go all the way back around again. White Fountain has just started the lap behind him. Let's watch him as he heads through. Oh, actually, well, sorry, scratch that. Let's watch someone at the end of a lap. Yanyan, isn't that? Is that? I'm calling him Yanyan again. Ian! I don't think he's pushing, is he? No. What about Ace Monkey? He's done. TK in the pits. Okay, should have just kept with White Fountain then. That's what I'm learning right now from this. Oh, he's down as well, for God's sake. Right, Quace. Let's see a lap from you, lad. Because we need to see a lap from someone. Down, but not out. That's not too bad, honestly, at this point. If he can keep this pace up, he won't, you know, he can improve. Not by much even on the pace, he just needs a little improvement. He can go a little bit faster and gain a place, because he's only 4/100ths of a second off his teammate, Lukey. As I said earlier, this Ferrari does tend to have really good traction. Especially in that 3rd sector, that should help him quite a lot, but he's on for P2, although he didn't necessarily nail that left-right, but he will get a nice little step with the Red Bull there ahead. But in this final sector is where he should gain a little bit of an advantage on this Ferrari, because it does appear, in my opinion, to have some really decent traction. And that'll help with the overheating. It means he should be able to get through in a relatively smooth manner, but he'll pit. Guess it wasn't up by enough to improve, or maybe it was invalidated or something. Here is Jay. That might derate towards the line, but it might still go high. He's a second off pole at the moment. I've just gone off him, oops. Let's see if he can go and improve that. 10th. Vinto to the line. He's 2/10 up. That may only get him up to 11th unless he improves by a little bit more. He goes P3. That was a huge improvement in the final sector. P11. What am I on about? P3. Luke used to start the lap. And he might just have invalidated the lap. Has he invalidated the lap? I guess not. He did. Okay, I'm determined to... Yeah. He did. I think. Watch him anyway, because there's nothing else to watch on track. I guess people are waiting until about the 250 mark, something like that, to get out of the pits, to get a nice white lap, be all prepared to go, and then floor out. Spaniard has come out of the pits actually now, so maybe he's planning on doing a second lap, maybe just looking for some clean air. We'll wait and see. But Luke, it looks like these guys are all doing this rather well, this left-right, but it's in the race when you have cold tyres, a heavy car, a lot more weight to pull around. That's when the car is really difficult to control through there, and that's when you can crash. Trust me, I know, I did it in ILR3. I crashed on lap 3 from the lead. I know what it's like, and yeah, invalid, he's pitting. And still no one else has started another lap. I think Spaniard was first out though. There's Josh. Yeah, so first out was Spaniard. So we'll watch him as he heads on around. Three minutes and 20 to go. 3 people out on a night lap. 3 people out of the session. As I say, Bottle's probably putting his chains on for some snow driving, even though unfortunately for him it's not going to snow. He only protected it. That'd be great though, a snowy race. Anyway, it's your crash I think, and Drilo crash, and probably Bottle crash as well. But here we go. Lap time incoming. Final try probably for Spaniard. Oh, he's gone wide at turn 1. He won't be happy with that. He will be hating that corner. He'll have felt that the whole way through. He'll be a massive amount of regret, I reckon, there. But let's see if he can improve still on it. He is 6/10 off pole. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it just looks so agonising watching him drift off wide. First sector is down. Let's see if he can improve. I'm surprised that that's valid actually, because the way the game works, if it's validation, it might not actually be valid, but yeah. We should be seeing all the top guys coming out of the pit tonight. And Spaniard, I think, is abandoning on this one. He is indeed. So, Quace on a lap. In the Scarlet Ferrari, his teammate off in Narnia there, did you notice? For the first sector, slippy slidey a bit, but is it up? It is up by not too much, but it is still up. I think his middle sector was quite decent last time round. Still Sophie's time there off the top, 1 minute 20.6 is the one to beat. But we'll see. It'll be close this one. He's gained quite a lot on that middle sector. If he can keep that rate of improvement up, this will be quite close up at the top. He's maybe fancying that top 5 at least. I'm just looking there. Ian and Jory are level on their lap time, so they're both looking for an improvement there to, yeah, keep that gap a little bit above 0. Apex it really nicely by Quace. And through the final corner. Oh, is that going to be valid? It might be a bit tight. He's going to derate as well. P3 he goes. If he didn't do it, he might have got pole though. Jay's down. TK is... That's alright, I thought, that lap. We'll follow him round unless anyone else on the lap. Sophie just starting the lap. And through sector 2, TK It's not giving us any times because he hasn't actually set one, so we're just gonna have to guess, I assume, if this is gonna be any good or not. He is pushing it though. He's got no choice. He's got 25 seconds unless he wants to do another lap, which I wouldn't really advise with that fuel and ERS looking a bit depleted. Wait, there is 4 tiers. This league is lit, indeed. Well spotted, Paris. And here comes TK to the line. Is it going to be a good lap? Well, it's actually quite close to the top, but since it's such a tight field, it's not actually close to the top. Sophie down by 1,000th. White Fountain down as well. Vito, don't know about him, and TB in the pit. So let's just watch Sophie heading through. Currently the provisional pole sitter. Let's see if she can improve her time and get maybe a 10 for 2 on top of the time she's already got and try and extend that gap just in case anyone else chases. Ian finished the lap. Improved a bit but didn't improve any position, which is quite extraordinary considering how close the field is. Sophie doesn't improve. This is it for White Fountain. Is he going to find, you know, an incredible final sector? Let's wait and see. As Bento goes fastest. Bento's going fastest in the Mercedes. So it's now his time to beat. White Fountain finds himself with a huge mountain to climb. And he doesn't quite climb it. He beats Sophie but doesn't beat Vito. So P1 for one Mercedes. The second Mercedes is slowing right down. Oh, that's a crash across the line for Lawrence, who's down on the lap. And you can see the tyres rolling across the track there. That's quite a sight, isn't it? Is anyone going to be coming across that start finish line anytime soon? Because it'll be quite funny to look at. Here's Cam. Look at the crash that he's coming up against. And only P15 for him. I don't think he'd be too happy with that one. And TK is crawling round, isn't he? He's taking a 1 minute 20. It's taking a 1 minute 25 seconds to get there, so something's gone badly wrong. I don't think he's going to go fast, is he? Let's be honest. Would you retire though, please? Very nice. And looks like Vince, the pole sitter, has got so excited that he's creamed it into the wall. That's not gone to plan there, has it? TK, would you come on and retire, please? Come on. Oh, there's another car in there. They're all crashing up here, aren't they? And I think Paris wants to support Quace. So it's going to support Quace. Ah. His name's Chris. Okay, that's much better. I'll call him Chris. So look at that though. It's just under 9/10 separating the top 13 on the grid. Love to see it. It's nice to see those gaps so close. Once again, it was like this. Well, actually, it wasn't like this in Belgium, because the top 5 are separated by under a 10th, actually, I believe, in Belgium. Somehow, it's actually not as close this week, but point is, it's still a very close tier. But Odems, why are you in the chat? Get yourself in the box! You're meant to be here! Also, why are you a mod and I'm not? Am I a mod? Let me take my mod. I'm not a mod! Make me a mod. That's what I need. Odems, get your thing done. I want to be a mod. That's what I need. Well, I don't really know what the hold up is now. We've still got a few dead. Thank you. Still got a few dead cars there. Right then. That took ages, Jen, didn't it? So, the grid then. Vito on pole from White Fountain, Sophie, Chris, Lukey, TB, Ian, Jory, Simon, Lawrence, and they're all starting on the soft compound tyres, as you would expect. Jay from Spaniard, TK, Josh, Cam, Scorpion, Ace Monkey, Jor, Adrilo, and Bottle are your second half of the field, and that is the grid for the race. 8/10, well, 9, just under 9/10, separating the top 13. Nice and close. He's in a bus stop 30 minutes from home. Is Odebs. Sorry, pardon me. Well, guess he's not gonna. Well, he might. Might get here. You might get here just to see the end of it. Well, then, you are watching it. To be fair, but it's not really the same, is it? Paris is happy with his logo. Yeah, it is a nice logo, actually. To be fair, I need someone to design me a logo. My image is just an Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo is a very sexy car, though, so that's okay. You know, I can get away with that. I think. Anyway, we're on the grid, ready to go. Mr. McMahon wants a T1 crash. You always want a T1 crash. Do you want these guys to survive? I've still never seen a league race where 20 cars have started and 20 cars have finished. I want to see that happen. Please. So, don't listen to the madman who wants a T1 crash. Let's listen to the sensible man who wants 20 to get to the end. I don't know what's more stupid. Anyway, we're all getting away. Let's see those tyre choices. We got all 3 tyres in on the grid. Nice to see. Top 10, of course, are all going to be starting on the sauce. But outside the top 10, we're going to have sauce for Baboon J, Ace Monkey, and Adrillo. We're going to have mediums for Spaniard, TK, Josh, Cam, and Jor and Bottle. And then Big Man Scorpion is going to try something different on those hards. He's going to go a very long way into this race. And you know what? This will work. I'm telling you now, this will work. Because he will be about 3 seconds a lap quicker than the rest of the field when he puts on some sauce at the end. If he has a clean race, look out for Scorpion. Because this could be a really good strategy right now. I'm not even kidding. This could work for him. Oh, right, I see. Mr. McMahon is going off Drive to Survive. I was actually watching Drive to Survive again. It's awful. Well, right, now the content's good, but the commentary's awful. It's so funny, because, like, yeah, as you probably know, I watch F1 religiously, as probably all of us do, and you hear all these stupid commentary clips. You know some of them that aren't real. You know the ones that are from completely different seasons. You know ones that aren't in any way related to anything that happens. It's so funny. I have no idea how long Netflix must have spent trying to watch all the races, get some random clips of commentary and stick them in that out of context. It's so funny. But the actual series Drive to Survive is brilliant. I can't wait for season 2, especially that Germany episode. Anyway, sorry, it's let's. Oh damn! What do you mean we want drama? I nearly had a heart attack last week. It was mental. I want a nice calm race where these guys can race properly and not kill each other. Well, okay, right. Actually, scratch that. Let's have drama, but no crashing, okay? Let's have some good fun racing. As Alfie says, season 2 could be awesome. That Germany episode is going to be based on Mercedes. I can't wait. It's going to be fantastic. We want action, says Paris. You want action? Good. If you well, let me just say this to you before this starts. Watch last week's pre-season race after tonight's races at Precision. It was mad. So watch that after tonight's races. Then you'll see some proper action. I don't think we'll quite beat that today, but as the lights come on, you just never know what we're going to see. It's a season opener here for the Precision Tier for season 14. I think. Lights out, and away we go. It's a good start from Vincent though. He's going to keep that lead into turn 1 unless someone really wants to have a go. I don't think they'll be that stupid. On the inside, the Ferrari of Chris trying to have a little look there, but no way through. It looks like we're all keeping it nice and tidy. Haas was losing it a bit there on the exit. I think he's holding these guys up a tad. A bit of position changes going on. There's a few laggy cars, and there's one into the wall. That should be, I think, Cam there, who spins it. And Scorpion up 2 places already. Has he broken that front wing in any way? Is he all clean? Because, as I say, really got to keep an eye on him. He's really looking good for this one. So he's got away, no real dangers, but the 2 Toro Rossos in the wars at the start of this race, they have had a complete shambles. Well, Lewis, I can practice after this. I've got like an hour after this to practice. Don't worry. Listen, I'll be good for the race tonight. Trust me. Right, let's see how these guys do the left, right. As I say, it's really easy to lose it here on the first lap. But then again, these guys will all know that. They'll know to be wary. They'll know to be nice and careful. But if anyone takes it too carefully, it could lead to some moves. But I think everyone's alright. Here's a Scorpion having a look. He's not going to get by, though, I don't think. In fact, he's lost that place to the McLaren. Josh is out. So he's probably lost it then. Although he probably had the damage that didn't help. He might have just drifted off into the gravel trap. Look at those gaps, for God's sake. They don't make it easy for us here in the commentary box, do they? Do you know what? 20 minutes is enough practice. 20 minutes is fine. Listen, I had like 20 minutes practice for the pre-season race last week, and we all know how well that went. So, looks like Vince's got away rather well. He's had a nice clean start. It looks like Cam's the only one who's going to have to change their front wing. That was an incident with one of the Williams he had down towards turn 3. It might have been Ace Monkey, because I don't think Bottle would have been near him, I don't think. But, yeah. But as I say here, it's one of those races. I was saying it, you know, in the grid walk. It's more going to be a race, this one, about who makes the least mistakes. Because, you know, as we said about Saluki, you can't really pass through DRS. There's 3 DRS zones, not enabled yet, of course, but they will be soon. And one of them's down here, and there's, it's so unlikely to get a move here unless it's a mistake. We've got TK in the wall out of this race, and we've got Ian trying to get by Jura. These guys have been close through qualifying and the race already. They're having a great little scrap. Touching the gravel, that was one of the cars ahead. I think Sophie as well is struggling a bit through this last section of track. So TK becomes, I believe, our second retirement in that wall. I don't think Campbell's going to see him though. Sophie, Chris now with the fastest lap. These top 4 are starting to break away a bit from Luca here. He's under some pressure from TB, maybe trying to find his way through as well. Wait, did Zephyr win the race in Podium Tier? Sick! Did he win it? That's sick. Good stuff, Zephyr. Commentating for LRA, he's a great driver. Ah, that's nice. Nice to see him win there. He's a good driver. Anyway, let's focus on this one, shall we? DRS is now enabled, but what I'm going to show you is the onboard of White Fountain to show you how useless it is. So Vento, just keep it nice and clean for the next few seconds. You're not helping me prove my point here. The issue, DRS just doesn't tend to be too useful, because the corner they come into, the dirty air just doesn't play into these guys' hands. He'll try and follow here, but he just can't. Like, how are you meant to pass here? Even when Vinto's had a struggle there, White Fountain is just so much slower for there. And Sophie's nowhere near, she's been even slower. It's just so difficult. And there's another car going. Lawrence is in that wall. It's one every lap, it appears. And yeah, these guys are not taking it as easy as they could be. And they're still using the DRS though, the Haas driver. That's not a great idea when you have no front wing. That'll be in the grass if he's not careful, and there it goes. Try not to rejoin hit anyone. As Jor might have hit him there. He's a bit of front wing damage on his Alfa Romeo, and he's been off the track, so yeah, maybe he tapped the back. But looks like White Fountain set the fastest lap. He's closed right up, hasn't he? And he's going to have a go on the exit towards turn 3. This is for the lead of the race. DRS here. Let's see if he can make any use of it. Round the outside, he's going to have to go there if he wants this lead. Let's see if he can do it. White Fountain takes the lead in this race with a fantastic move in the Red Bull. Let's see if he can pull away, or will we see Vinto come back at him? What about Sophie? Because Vinto has to have a huge lift there. Not going to have a chance there, but that's going to close these guys up a little bit more. You can't overtake here. Look at that. There is Lukey going past Chris. A little mistake from his teammate there. He is using the mistake to his advantage, as I suggested he might need to. Up to P4. Can he catch up to these guys ahead? We'll wait and find out if they fight anymore. Sophie on the back of Vinto now. Let's see if there's any way through. Look how carefully they're taking it through here. They do not want to have a crash here. It is just the most dangerous part of the track, and yeah, you just want to be careful, because we've seen one lose it every lap. Let's see if there's another one. Will everyone else get through? Scorpion now to P13. TK's retired, but look at this bottle on the inside. He's not going to bottle this one. Up into P13, he taps Scorpion off the track a little bit. Maybe he tried to stay on that for too long. His race isn't now. His race is at the end. And look at this, Chris and Lukey fighting again. Lukey being repassed by his teammate. And normal order resumed for those two, as penalties start getting dished out to Lukey. And TB is going to be very lucky to keep that out of the wall. He has been in the grass twice there in the space of 2 seconds, and he's somehow keeping it alive. And in Jury, he's just going to go right round the outside. Nearly runs into Lukey, who was going off. And look at this side-by-side battle. That's a bit off wide. You don't want to be on that sausage curl. You can get really attached to that and then spin off really easily. But TB, well done for not crashing, because that was a pretty difficult sector for him there. And his rears are still struggling. Is it going to be time for some early pit stops, possibly? Now, looks like Adriel is going to try and get by Simon. This is close. You don't see overtakes in this part of the track too often. These guys are really exploring the limits and nearly exploring the barriers. Top guy still keeping him nice and clean. I want to see how TB does, because his tires are still a bit slippy slightly, but he's alright. I think he's heating them back up again, or sorry, cooling them down again, and heating them up is what's causing the issue, actually. But Yeah, he's alright. He'll continue. Gino fancies another look on Simon there. They're having a good wee scrap, those two. Keep an eye on them. Scorpion doesn't have much pace right now. But once again, still keep an eye on him for later on. It isn't really about now, it's about later. For him. Promise, I know what I'm talking about. Here comes Adrio. No DRS, but it looks a bit for the McLaren driver, but he's still got a very nice toe. Down into turn 1. There he goes. What about Vinto and White Fountain? No chance there of a move. He's going to have to pull out a move like White Fountain, because White Fountain obviously went right round the outside there, didn't he? And it was a very, very handy move there. I think Matt's in the shot. Hello. Nice to see you. Welcome along. Got over 20 viewers here. Loving it. Good support. As you all know, I'm a view whore. Yeah. Not my proudest achievement, that. I seem to care about it more than anyone else. But, yeah, keep the views coming for great quotes like that one. And Narnia. Although I don't really say Narnia that much anymore, because people are sort of calmed down. But you have to start commentating amateur leagues or something. Then they'll be off to Narnia every 5 minutes. Or maybe I should just commentate any sprint lobbies. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Another one's on the wall. Spaniard out of the race. As I say, it's just so difficult. It takes so long to get into him, and then you go like a little teensy bit wide, or maybe a little bit too much on the curb on the inside, and that's what happens. It's just impossible to stop it. And 4th car in there, and no safety car. Any common sense, people? Any? Jay is the first one to pit, and he gets a 5-second penalty in the process. But it should be hard, this one to the end. Bit too early to go for mediums, but it is mediums. Let's see if we can get to the end on those. It'd be interesting. I think Jurit's been off the track. There he is. He's been in the wall, I think. He's broken that front wing quite massively, and Zyman's going to try and go on, and there's no point really fighting this one, is there? The Mercedes driver's got such a huge chunk of his front wing gone. You'd be smarter just staying behind and get into the pit lane and go into the end on a set of hards or something. And as Paris says, where's the safety car? Literally dead on the racing line. It is true, isn't it? It's just a bit strange. And yeah, that's bottom line to the point. Says Scorpion will be liking that. It'll be another free position for him, hopefully. How are these guys doing? Are we all still living through here? That's a bit sketchy from Lukey. Often I find if you know you're going to lose it, it's sometimes better just to take a trip into the grass to make sure you don't lose it. That might be what Lukey was doing there. I would already just, you know, fancied the grass. Maybe he wanted to be able to be a lawnmower today. Ferraris do tend to be lawnmowers around Australia. But, he's in Vettel's car though, not Leclerc's car. Joke doesn't work. Speaking of Leclerc's car though, looks like Chris is going to be taking it into the pit lane for a new set of tyres, and he's really making sure he's got that nice and slowed down there, not taking any risks with it. Will that have him held up though? It will a bit. If he's gone a bit quicker than him, he may not have to worry about being held up, but he's onto a set of the hards, so it's TB. Joe right there, 5-second time penalty for speeding, unsurprisingly because of the front wing damage. Will he be on the hards as well? Yep. And Drano effects just hit Ian, because I knew they were very close, and it looked like there's the aftermath of some contact there. So these two are getting nice and close and personal. Drano's had quite a fun race, hasn't he, so far? Now trying to pass Ian. Oh, the racing point really sliding there. Is there a chance into this chicane? I think Adredo would be a bit stupid to go for it if he wants to try it on the outside. I don't think he's going to be left much room there, and he wasn't. Looks like Sophie's caught to the back of Vitso, but is there a chance of a move there? It looks like the Mercedes is really struggling there through the fast left-right, but Sophie just taking it nice and easily, does not want to have any issues. Cam is pitted and left. Oh, Jesus, Ian. That was a near airplane accident there, because Adria was right on him. P5, the McLaren driver now as a result of the incident there. TB and J on new tyres. Gonna fight it out through the fast left right. Not too fast for these guys though, but still nearly a crash for TB. Sophie and Lukey pit now. Undercut could also be another factor. That's something I didn't actually ask any of the drivers earlier, but the undercut would be something very interesting. These guys are going to the end on the hard. Let's see if they can undercut. A bit unlikely, honestly, with being 2-step harder, but you just don't know. It could work out, so keep an eye on those two. Let's hope they don't come out into any traffic, though. That's actually the main priority. Because look at this, Jor there is going to get right in Sophie's way. And he's not going to be pitting for a little while longer. Lukey is being jumped by Chris. But Sophie's still ahead of him. So that sort of shows undercut maybe isn't working too well. Looks like Jay and TB are getting very close, and that is into the grass. And a little even tap on the gravel there for TB. As he nearly spins the car, but loses about 2 or 3 seconds in the process. Good leaders once again. I think that is the last car of Cam getting out of the way. And let's see how these two are going to pit. It looks like Vinto could do a pit stop. He certainly seems to be struggling a lot more than White Fountain ahead, who's having a good run at it right now, looking to win this first round. It's all going well so far, but the pit stop is rather crucial. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, that's nearly spinning off. Was he getting to the pit lane? Does he get there in time? He just about gets there, Vinto. That's going to lose him possibly second place. And White Fountain gets a speeding penalty. The top two have had their own issues there, and that could cost them both the chance of the victory today. We know it stays very close in this little train. Yellow flags. Is it one of the main guys in the wall? It's no one in the wall. It's really this race. White Fountain's coming out of the pit lane. Vinto as well actually stays quite close. I think they both got held up, possibly in there. Here's Sophie. And which one does she get? Both of them? Oh, she might have a chance here on White Fountain side a bit. There will be DRS here for the Racing Point driver as well. And is this going to be a change of the net lead of the Australian Grand Prix? A 5-second penalty for White Fountain anyway. May screw him over, but he has to defend this on the inside. He's got no choice, and he has to get aggressive to stop Sophie from getting by. But right now, White Fountain's going to go from the first position way down to net 5th. There goes Vinto into the wall. P2. Net on the track, and that's to say, or at least he was before he fell down to P3. And White Fountain and Vinto have had a complete nightmare minute. It's all gone completely wrong there for those guys. And I must say, this is going to be helping out Scorpion. It's just one less car to worry about potentially at the end of the race. But look at this, Jor is really holding these guys up. This is going to be some train if they can't get by. No way through to the fast chicane. They just have to wait for the exit. This is where these guys maybe go under pressure and start having incidents. And surely Sophie sees her chance now, as George defends aggressively here on White Fountain. He wants to keep that position. He's going to stay on the inside, hitting him and making contact, nearly spinning off, and there goes Sophie. She's going to have it on the track, is he? Oh, is he going to defend it? Is White Fountain? Yes, he is. The Ferraris are now going to get involved. And this race has got interest, hasn't it? The top 4 separated by about a second. Man, this is mad. What is White Fountain going to do? Is he going to keep this? Oh, it's going to be tight. And George, you know what? Fair play to George for keeping in that for so long. That might just help him later on. If he can catch these guys up again. Maybe it's a bit unlikely, but still. He had no... Oh, there's Chris on the inside of Luke. Going for the move. Yellow's in sector 3, so something's gone wrong there. But the two Ferraris locking horns again. And that'll be some move if he can make it into the chicane. A very fast chicane, not really made for going too wide. But Luke leaves the room. There's still contact though. That shows just how difficult that chicane is. But Chris gets through into P6. Bloody hell, there's Jay involved. Remember him? Can he go to the end on these tyres? Because it worked out quite well for him if he can. I wonder if he might be ruining a decision not to go into hard zone now, because if he can't get to the end, he would have been playing himself into a great position. He gets a penalty though. Oh, that's in the wall. Luke's out of his race. He's gone. You could see that one coming instantly. Just got a bit too wide, and that's our 5th car taking a trip into that wall today. So, White Fountain has now made 1.6 seconds on this lap. And he's going to have to keep doing that if he wants to keep this win at the moment. He's going to be catching his teammate though soon. And remember, as I said earlier, Scorpion should expect to be about 3 seconds a lot quicker than these guys at the end of the race. From what I've seen anyway. I've done a lot of racing on this track for practicing for races, etc. You know, I know really well how the tires work here. It should be about 3 seconds a lot quicker. So he has to do all he can, honestly, Scorpion, here to stay ahead. Same with Bottle. He may not be as quick, because he may have to pit earlier, but he will still have some considerable pace. And Adrilo, can I just say, what a stint. He's still going on those softs. He should be going on to some mediums when he pits. See, told you it was possible. Told you it was very possible. Odems, it is 3 seconds. I've done loads of extensive testing on this. It's 3 seconds. At best, it's 2.5. Look at you, Einstein. We'll see how it goes later when I'm breezing past you on my fresh set of sauce. When you're sat there, I don't know, doing Odems things. But like I say, Drado, he's really doing well in this stint, and on those meetings later on, he might have a chance at getting a good result today. But we'll see how it gets on. Especially these guys start fighting again, but they are rather separated. At least Sophie is from White Fountain. Alfie is saying that the McLaren could win. I wouldn't go that far because he's look how far he'll be. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just he's gonna have to get through all the cars, and it'll be on mediums rather than softs. It's a lot harder on the mediums, obviously. But we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. Looks like Simon side by side here with Jory. I think that's Drake actually passing Simon. So out of the points goes the Alfa Romeo, but a chance to get back in them towards turn 3. DRS for the Mercedes ahead though, but will Simon still fancy a little lunge? No. That's the answer to that. Chris on the back of Sophie now. It looks like Baboon J is starting to fall off the back a little bit. Odin's not racing this week. Disaster class. Why? Your bus was only half an hour away from your house, or are you going away further? You're a disgrace anyway. You're a disgrace anyway, lad. You're a complete disgrace. You are a complete disgrace. I hope you know that. And that looked like a pretty nice move. I missed it though. Simon, getting through this chicane there. Really, wow. Wish you could have watched that. Julio gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. And they are mediums. They are mediums. Bottle in the pits as well. It's incredible that's down the sauce, I must say. And there's White and a Scorpion then will lead this race. Now, so someone came up and he had to go. Ah, well. Just know, Odin, so that means if I score points, I'm ahead of you in the championship, and that makes you a complete failure. Here comes Chris on Sophie down the inside. He goes. Is he going to get the move done? Yes, he is. And the more important question now, is he getting in the position now, Chris, to win the race? Because he is now 2.5 seconds behind White Fountain. He has got a 5-second penalty to take at the very end. Is he going to do this? Is he going to do this? Let's see. Yellows. I don't know what for, but yellows. Yeah, I don't know. Now, this will be interesting. What is Scorpion going to do? Is he going to defend it? I don't think he should. I think he should defend it. I think he should defend it. I think he knows himself that if he can stay here, he has a chance of winning. What about White Fountain? What is he going to think about this? Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, I don't know. But it looks like Sophie's really struggling. Jay, is he going to go for it there? Oh, he thought about it. And he nearly made contact with a racing point. That could have went bad. Oh, off the track. That's off the track. Jay, is he going to go around the outside? That's a nice move if he can make it stick, but he doesn't quite. And that is a change for the lead. Looks like Scorpion did let his teammate through in the end. Or at least didn't make it too difficult for him. And round the outside, Jay, that's a some move there. What a great move. And Sophie's tired. She's really just lighting him out right now. Really not able to find a good rhythm at the moment. Let's see what she can do. Can she get those back into temperature? Because she's fallen now to 5th. Scorpion now, what's he going to do? He's now behind his teammate. What is he going to do? Ace Monkey, 3-second time penalty. Down and out, though, of the points by a long way, so maybe not going to matter too much. Lawrence on the back of Jury. Looks like he's had a huge slide. Hopefully that isn't his tires overheating as well, though I must say it looks like he's had a pretty big lift in there. Oh, is he going to spin? I thought he was going to spin there. I was about to cut off, but I thought he was going to spin. He didn't quite. Mr. McMahon saying about his the good moves going on. For Australia standard, this is like mad, isn't it? These moves are crazy. If I even attempted to make one of these moves, you know, everyone knows, I know, that I'd be in the wall. So these guys are really doing great moves. They're really setting the bar high for the higher tiers, which is slightly concerning, knowing that I'm actually quicker than some of these guys, or sorry, not quicker than some of these guys in race trim. I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm a complete fraud. I'm still going to say that Lewis is more than a fraud on me. But if I get into the points tonight in Prestige, I will. What would I do? What should I do if I get points in one hub? We need a interesting thing to do. Anyway, here comes Lawrence. Will he go for into turn 1? Will he go on the outside? Will he try the all-star move? Will he go for the exit? I think he'll go for the exit. It's a very nice exit at that, but it's a huge slide as well. But the move should still be on for P9. Outside he goes. Lovely jubbly. Nearly. Nearly. It's nearly that lovely outside move again, but it didn't quite pay off. Oh, that was a bit dodgy, wasn't it? Oh! You have a 5-second time penalty for dangerous rejoin onto the track, I reckon. You'll find, unless it wasn't his fault, but that was pretty much a mirror image of Sebastian Vettel in Canada, wasn't it? We didn't see the start of that, unfortunately, but looks like Adriano's going to go back by anyway. Oh, maybe not. Exit's good. TB, that's a bit of a risky one. Will he go for it? Don't get any oversteer, because that'll be a crash. Oh, there was a bit of oversteer. They're not too bad, I guess. No accidents being caused. Looks like Sophie now on the back of Jay, and Chris on the back of Scorpion. This one's sort of more likely to happen, I reckon. Oh, ignore that. I think they did try, those two, to go for it, but Jay still had a Sophie. Look at this, side by side. Sophie back ahead. Dipped a wheel to the dirt there to Jay. I don't think he could have really defended that much more after he did that. So Sophie got to P4. And do you know what? Scorpion is doing his teammate some really good business right now, because he's letting him build that gap up ahead. He needs at least 5 seconds. He needs 5 seconds. Simple as, he needs 5 seconds. And so he's going to have to pull a bit of a madness here. And you know what? Once again, the flaws of this track, you can't really overtake. And now, Chris has been on these tyres for 9 laps, and Scorpion 16. There's not going to be much of a difference in the performance of the tyre at this point. So honestly, Scorpion, by staying here, is really playing himself into a rather nice position. Did Owen read my comments? What do you mean? Did you make some comments? I did 5 minutes of practice and went back to the other games. What? I don't know. Right. Oh, and if you don't get points on one hub, you have to give me a shout out. Are we still going on about this shout out? Here comes Chris. And there goes Chris into P2. Let's see if he can chase down our race leader as Jay pits for the 2nd time. Right, listen, Lewis, I've read it. So shout out to Lewis, because we already know I'm not going to get the point. But Lewis is still more of a ball than me. Right then. So, let's see. Where would Scorpion fall back into? Might fall back to 9th. And then if he passes Jory, he's going to have a lovely clean track. He's going to come across cars not too often. That means he'll have plenty of free air. He could push quite hard. He's got a bit of free rein here. He'll be pitting probably about lap 21 or lap 22, maybe even lap 23, depending on how he feels about it. Well, we are hitting a rhythm now in this race. It's going to be a nice calm run, I think, until we see Scorpion in the pits. Ian penalty, 3 seconds. We're still going on about this 5-lap championship. Lewis, listen, it's not my fault that my minions did that to you, okay? You know, I do employ them for a reason, to be fair, but, yeah. Okay, actually, so Whitefine only has to make 2 seconds, actually, so actually, Chris has to make 2.5 seconds to win this one, because he's got a 3-second time penalty himself, but Whitefine is only one more than away, and it's difficult, let's say, to actually keep it without getting a penalty. No matter how hard you try, you'll make one little tiny mistake without even thinking about it, and you'll get a penalty, but he has got a full bar VRS. While Chris has got none, which is also going to help Whitefine. So actually, Pendulum's swinging quite in his favour at the moment. He should be quite happy. Lawrence pitting for some mediums. Guess he didn't fancy the softs. Vinto, by the way. I didn't know if Vinto had to pit again or not, but I didn't think he'd be down in P12 at this point, but he is. And sure, look at that, big slide there for turn 1. They like their drifting game, don't they, these guys? Sophie now is catching up onto the back of Scorpion to get back on the podium. Now, Alfie, we talked about the same 5 hours because me and Lewis did a separate 5-lapper on this game against, what was it, Tommy T99, something like that. It was good fun, that. I wish we'd do one of those again, but I don't think he's done another lobby since then. I think the one we did there, I don't think you were in it, but you should have been in it. It's good fun. It was great fun. Anyway, Sophie, let's see if the move is on. Because it seems you've got the tyres in a good position. Of course, it's against someone who's on much older tyres, but still, she'll be happy to make a move, and sure, and get back on that podium. And Drilo, of course, might be chasing her down at the end, so she'll want to have a car gap, for, at least for a few laps. I wonder if Drilo can have a chance at this. I know Alfie mentioned it earlier. He's only 11 seconds off the lead at the minute. I don't know how his tires be at the end, but has he got any penalties? Oh, he does, doesn't he? Balls. Okay, ignore that. Ignore that. I thought he may have a chance. Maybe I'm trying to overhype it. Sophie, oh, that's a difficult situation. She's going to have to back off, isn't she? No way through there, and that sort of spoils her run now. Andrea's going to be right on her. Sounds weird. Going for the move. But, yeah. I think Scorpion's really ruining Sophie's day now. Sophie really needed to get by on that last DRS, but she's not doing it. White Fighting has now made a 5-second gap at the top. So even if he did get another penalty, he should be alright. And Scorpion pits, giving Sophie some DRS, but no one's actually slipstream. So it should still be a nice chance for Drilo on the better tyres to get by. But while we wait for that to happen, let me just check that those are red. They are red. Scorpion's going to be on the attack, people. And you know, it may actually only be P7 he falls to. We'll wait and see. But here comes Drilo on the outside. We saw that move earlier from White Fountain. We're going to see it again, but this time it's a spin. They make cones out this time, and Sophie, well, she's definitely lost that position now. And Josh has retired. Or has he just left the session? Looks like Scorpion did actually end up behind Jury. And Josh, sorry, left the session. That's what he did. He didn't retire. I thought that the yellow flag must be for someone else. Yeah, now TV's on the backup. Well, sure, the yellow flag was for that, wasn't it? Sophie. But, yeah. We'll see if TB can get Sophie, who's probably overheated those tyres again. Hold on, what's the quote of the year? I don't really remember the quotes. What was my quote of the year there, Alfie? Sorry, I need to know this now, because I've got my own quotes. I've had so many, you know. Anyway, TV, are the tyres still overheating for Sophie? Is she going to keep that position? I mean, she should do, really. It is Australia, of course. Oh, right, well, that's not really that funny. You know, grow up, Mr. McMahon. You embarrass me, Mr. McMahon. Just disgrace. Disgrace. Ah, penalty for TV. Oh, he's done it again. He keeps doing that. I'd love to see his whole race from his POV, because he has spent the whole race sideways. It's incredible. How he hasn't hit anything yet, I don't know. It's extraordinary. That was the 4th or 5th time I see him sideways in this race. Here's Scorpion. How far is he off the lead? 30 seconds. He's not going to win this one, is he? Let's be honest. Yellows for Ace Monkey out of the race. I think you might see that, Williams, sitting there. There we are. You can pick up a puncture on simulation with damage sitting there. I don't think you can do it on full damage, though. I don't know if, I think we're on full damage here. So look at that damage, isn't going to cause any issues. Ian penalty, but then again he's last. Yellows again, still for that car. Don't know if it's for anyone else, is it? Scorpion then isn't really improving that much on the tyres. I guess he isn't finding the 3 seconds. At least when I was practicing, I found 3 seconds a lap on the cars around me. Maybe he's just not having the best time, or maybe just being stuck behind. Jory's not helping, so he's going to go for the move on the inside. Side by side on the exit. Surely there's no point fighting this one until later, Jory, because he will come back at you. Or he will come back to you, Scorpion might. Because he has to keep those tyres in good nick. Now it's the end of the race, but up to P7 he goes from, I think, P16 on the grid. He's having a nice enough day. TV still in the back of Sophie, but no way through, I don't think, at the moment. I think Lawrence is on the back of Jour now on these new tyres. Might fancy the move. Now, I believe we have got 2 fastest lap points to give out today, by the way, just in case you're interested. One for top 10 and one for lap bottom 10. So Ian would be getting the fastest lap point right now for the bottom 10, and who would get it for the top 10? It would be White Fountain, I think. Oh, sorry, no, it'd be Adrela, wouldn't it? Adrela would get that one then. So that's just something else to think about. And I've also got to pick 2 drivers of the day. Now, it's a bit early, to be fair, to pick about drivers of the day. But I do think I know who I'd be choosing at this stage anyway. I think I'd be choosing Adrela for the different strategy. It's working, isn't it? There's still a podium in this for him, possibly. I don't know, we'll wait and see how he goes in the penalties. And the other one might be Scorpion for getting up plenty of positions, or actually Bottle. So I have to pick between those 2 as well. Let me just check position changes just to be sure. Adreno, surefire. So, and I guess I would have to give it to Bottle as well at the moment, since he's just sort of went under the radar. I don't know if Scorpion's going to pass him. I don't think he will. So yeah. Bottle, nice, and Adreno, nice. And see, I've been told to pick 2, so there's our 2. I mean, this one's pretty easy. I think, honestly, he should get flatter driver of the day overall. If I only had to pick 1, Adreno would get it. Nothing against Bottle, but I mean, 16 places. I mean, it's blimmin' incredible, isn't it? Oh, sorry, it's not a 2-stop, it's a 1-stop. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up with Jay. He made 2 stops, but yeah, Joe, good day for him so far. Let's see if we can convert that to a podium. Lawrence still there on Jour. Surprised he isn't getting that move done, honestly. TB not able to find his way past Sophie right now. Setting good lap times, but just no way through the racing point. Then again, we also knew this would happen with the track, didn't we? I mean, what are you expecting? But by the way, I'm aware that Pinnacle might be on, and there might be people chit-chatting to commentators, but yeah, just fancy staying to the end of this one, you know, just to be nice to me, you know, make it look good on the views and that. Cheers, love you. Anyway, Lawrence on much newer tyres. Once again, isn't going to find his way through. Alfie picks Max Verstappen as the driver today. That's a great choice, that. Verstappen seems to win at every single race, doesn't he? Well, it's actually just gone down a bit recently. That means a bit old now, isn't it? But here comes Lawrence, finally going to go for it, but that's on the grass. That's a very brave move. And you know what? That's been executed brilliantly. And Jour just has to concede that one at that point. There's no point fighting it. It was a brilliant move. Bravery at its finest. And looks like Adreno might actually fancy getting Chris on the track. I don't think he'll get it on penalties, but if he gets him on track, that'll be a real statement. Alfie likes Friday night races. Good to know. Good to know. I assume we'll see you here every week then. Then again, so you do seem rather loyal to the streams anyway that I'm doing, so I'm sure we'll see you. You racing SLR with this weekend in the T1? Just don't know if I'm commenting on you again. Be interesting to know. Just while you're here. Not trying to promote any other leagues, just out of curiosity, that's all. Anyway, we've got 4 to go. Oh, is that... He's done it again! He's done it again! He's only lost a 10th by doing that. It's mad. TV, you're mad, lad. You're mad, lad. Crazy. Mental. Ridiculous. Vinto gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Then again, he's sort of a bit down anyway, isn't he, on his luck? After losing it in turn 5 earlier in the race. Lawrence, 3-second penalty as well after that good move. Oh, Drio, don't go and spoil it now. Please. I'm just giving you a driver today here. And Bottle, because that's good too. And remember, of course, in 3 laps' time, White Fountain, he won't really hit the championship lead, but he will find himself 1 step closer to winning a rig or something. I think he win like a stand or whatever. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but you're 1 step closer to winning a trophy, because we all like trophies. And we gift from Next Level Racing, our sponsor for this season. A huge thanks to them for sponsoring us. It's always nice to have a little sponsor, isn't it? Giving away stuff to the drivers, giving an extra incentive. And so yeah, some of their stuff's up for grabs. We also have merch, believe it or not. We've got lovely merch. I haven't bought any of it yet, mainly because I'm poor. But if I had the money, I'd be buying our purple merch. I think we've got links in the description. Don't know. I need to see that one. I need to have a look in the description. I haven't really looked in our descriptions before. There's always stuff in the descriptions though. Look for stuff. And by the way, I believe as a part of the sponsorship, we with Next Level Racing have a little discount code for 10% off anything you buy there. As so we get another penalty. The code is 1hub10, all in capitals. Really original, lads, I must say. Great discount code system. So if anyone's getting stuff from Next Level Racing, do you remember to use the code? And once again, cheers after sponsoring us. Always nice to have a sponsor. Right, I'm expecting our views to go just completely down now, because I mean it's nearly 20 to 9 in the UK. I'm sure everyone will have moved over to watch qualifying, and I don't blame them for Pinnacle Tier, because this one unfortunately is just sort of dying off a little bit, isn't it? Let me see the penalties though. Will Adrio be ahead? He's got 8 seconds. Sophie has got 3 seconds. And TB has got 9 seconds. So Adrio might finish 4th. Still, pretty much driver of the day in my eyes. Don't know about you lot, but I certainly think a performance like that, it's good. Right, alright, finish the race now. Okay, maybe I want the rain now, I'll be honest with you. But White Fountain, he's been pretty good. He's had a fun day. Had to make a good move earlier on to go for the lead on Vinto. I think it was at the time, wasn't it? And ever since then, he nearly lost it in the pits because of the 5-second penalty, but I think he'll be alright as he starts the final lap of this race. 7.2 seconds clear. And he said to me last week he likes the wet conditions. He told me it was going to be good if it rained in Belgium. It rained and he did terribly. But this week in Australia, he has turned up in the dry and schooled the field. He is currently 7.4 seconds up on the nearest car and gaining. He is absolutely flying along right now and looking to assert his dominance and go for a title challenge. He has really done a very good job. He's led it from 2nd place on the grid to go up to the lead, and ever since then he's been all good. The guys around made their mistakes, had issues, got penalties. White Fountain, I believe he still only has 1 5-second penalty, so he's alright. He hasn't got any proper penalties yet, and even if he did, he might just make 8 seconds on his own. Nice and easily through the final quick chicane, just making sure he doesn't make any silly mistakes as he heads through. Not really pushing too hard now, just looking to get to the line. And it's gonna happen. White Fountain, one of the drivers that people seem to fancy for the championship, is coming through as Vinto retires, unfortunately for him. comes around the final corner. White Fountain from P2 on the grid wins the Australian Grand Prix as Jor sets fastest lap, so he'll get a point for that. Ian has died, unfortunately. Now, Chris will finish second, I think. Adrio third for now, but then Sophie should take that over. Does indeed. TB fifth, but Adrio, one of my 2 drivers of the day. The second one is coming to the line now. I don't know who chooses which one gets the proper driver of the day, but P6 for Bottle. Good job, Scorpion. I guess I can pick a third driver of the day. Am I allowed to do that? Okay, him, good. Sure 8, coming in the final corner. He's going to finish P8. Let me just see who got the fast lap in the top 10. That would be Scorpion. So Scorpion got fastest lap in the top 10. He gets an extra point for that. And then Jor, outside the top 10, got an extra point, I think. Jay closes out the point scoring for the top 10. Unfortunately, the only guy who's crossing the line today who isn't going to score points is Lawrence. That's sad. Can we get compensation points? And by the way, what the hell happened to him? Has he had a crash on this last lap? Huh, interesting. When he comes to the line in a stunning time of 1 minute 35, and here comes Jor. He's at the fastest lap, and yep, he'll come home. He'll claim a point out of today for the fastest lap. He'll take it. Ba 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 ba. There's our podium. So, White Fountain, recovering from that pre-season horror class last time out, to lift the trophy. Ah, the F1 logo! We'll get copyrighted. To lift the trophy. Oh my god, it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. Yeah, anyway. Lifting the trophy to celebrate victory, spraying the champagne, and showing that he is one for this championship. Can he keep it up? Will we see White Fountain take this championship this season? He will have challenges. He will certainly have challenges from Chris. He'll have some challenges from Sophie, Drino, plenty of people. It'll be good to see how this fight develops throughout the season. And let me just quickly confirm the results for you. White Fountain wins from Chris, Drino, one of my 2 drivers of the day. TB, Bottle, the other driver of the day. Scorpion, Simon, Jorit, and Jay. They're top 10. Lawrence, no points. But Jor, he gets a point. Woohoo! Ian, 13, first of the retirements. Then Vinto, Ace Monkey, Lukey, Cam, Spaniard, TK, and Josh. And so that has been the One Hub Precision Australian Grand Prix, brought to you by Next Level Racing. I've been a commentator, Owen Wyatt. Hopefully we'll have Sean here with me next week, and yeah, we'll start this season probably with a good commentary team. Looking forward to working with him. And yeah, look out for me, it's 9:30 for the Prestige race. I'm very much looking forward to it, and hopefully I don't stick it in the wall. But if I do, oh well, we all knew it was going to happen anyway. I'll have to give Liz that side out. But thank you all for watching, and safe travels.